Hi guys, it's AdmiralHHN here, and I'm here to bring you a HHN Reveal Week recap video. This is it. Now, before I get started, I'm going to just explain something, and I'm just going to explain how this video is going to work after that. So here's the one thing. You're probably wondering why I'm doing it so late in the week. And you're probably wondering, why didn't you do it like everybody else, like Psycho Massacre Films or HHN Trogdor? And here's my response to that. If you are asking that question, um, I'm doing a recap video because I thought it'd be easier just to do all the houses in one video. Um, and it'd just be easier. So, also, if you notice, I'm not wearing my Howling Hornet shirt. I'm wearing this regular blue shirt because my Howling Hornet shirt is in the wash. So, just to bring that up. So, yeah, recap video at the end of the week because it's easier. Now, how is this going to work? Well, interesting. Great to ask. I'm going to be reading tweets off of my iPhone 4S. And I'm going to go maze by maze in the order they are announced, and then I'm going to talk a little about what I think about it. If I like the idea or not. Which honestly, all these ideas are great. All the houses they sound great. Um, and then I'm going to bring you a bit of Hollywood news at the end because they announced 3 new things as of today. They announced 2 new scare zones and a maze. They announced the maze today and the scare zones yesterday. Alright, so let's get started with our first maze reveal. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Llorona is coming to Howling Hornets, Orlando. Now what you just saw was the official photo released by Mike Aiello and the Horror Nights Orlando Facebook page. Now, there's quite a few tweets for this one, so this portion may take 2 minutes. And by the way, just expect this to be a 10-minute video. Or whatever. So anyways, whatever. Okay, let's just read the tweets. So, La Llorona is coming to UO HHN 23. John Murdy adapted this legend exceptionally well, and we absolutely loved it when we visited. Inspired by what John Murdy did, we have adapted it for our event, taking you even further into La Llorona's watery depths. This is not a carbon copy. This is not a carbon copy, but an expansion on the legend itself. You will enter La Llorona's realm. The maze literally lives in 2 worlds. Our reality, Earth, and then La Llorona's murky hell. We chose not to subtitle the maze, but instead give it the header of Urban Legend, hoping in coming years to use it more. The maze will involve water effects, video production, and aesthetically, just gorgeous to look at. And Mike Aiello wants to thank John Murdy for the resources he and his team gave them. Over a year ago now, it laid the groundwork for this new iteration. So, my thoughts on the maze. I'm excited. I want to see how they pull it off. I want to see how they execute it because it did so well over in Hollywood. The maze, Alice Cooper last year. I loved the Alice Cooper maze last year, but other people didn't. It was a big bust. But again, I'm the minority of the group. But so I want to see if they actually do a good maze with this. Now the facade is going to be a church, a Mexican church, and you're gonna go through the church, do the funeral, and then into the world. So now I am going to bring you the second maze for HHN Reveal Week. So this is a new original maze for Halloween Horror Nights 23. Now, this maze is going to be set in Cary, Ohio, and it's going to be a 3D maze. And Mike Aiello tweeted that it'll be in vein of the in-between. We're going to see a lot of similar effects. I'm scrolling through the tweets so I can read the tweets one by one. Now, this maze was inspired by the music of Johnny Cash, which Mike Aiello and his team were stuck to listening to for, I don't know, days on end. Who knows? But they were stuck listening to it, and so yeah, they were listening to nothing but Johnny Cash while creating the maze. And we're gonna hear some Johnny. We might hear some Johnny Cash in the maze. Now, wait for the tweet to load. So I'm just gonna go ahead and my thoughts on this. I'm excited for this as well. This will be an interesting house. Now, people are considering if they go through this house, they've basically gone through the in-between. That's not true at all. So anyways, let's get on to the tweets. So, Mike Aiello released a tweet that was a hint to the, now I said he was listening to Johnny Cash music. The tweet is this: there ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Hashtag HHN Reveal Week. Now that's from the song Ain't No Grave by Johnny Cash. And he released another tweet, I think a quote from our person, our person in the house. So, this place needed to be cut out. I painted the town red, red, red. I would kill them all again. Carrie was mine. Sparky, light me up. Which is ultimately revealing to the electric chair, aka Old Sparky, being used in this one. And then he released a picture, which you just saw, and it said, enter serial killer Bobby the Blade's realm of suffering in his afterlife in this new original house. This is a darker thematic than we've done with our 3D mazes in the past. You will go on Bobby's journey from 2,000 volts to where his victims have patiently waited. They listened to nothing but Cash while creating this maze, which was fun. This will be in vein of the in-between, but more violent aesthetics. You will go from his execution to his out-of-body experience, what basically means I think that transition is going to be through the vortex tunnel. So that's going to be cool, and with 3D, it's going to be really, really headache. You will retrace the headlines he made while on a murderous rampage through Cary, Ohio. Everybody loves Cary. Cary is such a fucked up town. There are most definitely some in-between homages. UV, lasers, demonic souls, all wrapped in a brand new pulp tape story. Very exciting. There's truly some crazy imagery in this house. And it's going to be set in 1930s, but just in open setting. So basically the first is going to take place in Cary, Ohio, and then it's going to stay in the 1930s, but it's going to be the open setting, aka the out-of-body experience. So, and the story behind Cary. Cary is the hometown of someone on our team. It was picked years ago and is just a throwaway location and has become our favorite setting. Their favorite setting. And he tweeted, another reveal tomorrow night. Another original maze? A sequel? Then he winked. So basically that means this is our third house reveal for HHN Reveal Week. A sequel to everybody's favorite intense 2010 house. Warning: in this all-new original house, the train convoy has derailed and the bloodthirsty maniacs are loose. Escaping them this time will be a hard feat. The Dogs of War return to HHN 23 and the sequel house, Havoc 2, Derailed. This is an all-new original house for Halloween Horror Nights. It's a sequel to the house from 2010. Let me read off the tweets. These are the things that are known. An experimental super soldier program knows the Dogs of War went horribly wrong. Shadow Creek, the base that housed the program, was lost. The DOWs had taken it, but with great casualty were eventually neutralized. 6 weeks have passed since the incident. The surviving DOWs are being transported aboard a military convoy train. Shadow Creek was to continue experiments en route to see if DOW subjects could be contained/pacified. 6 minutes into transport, all contact was lost. And then he tweeted 2 behind-the-scenes pictures, which I will put at the end of the video, along with the 2 pictures for 2 scare zones and a picture for the house that was released by Hollywood. And I'm talking about 2 scare zones for Hollywood. The battle will begin in the claustrophobic confines of train cars, then derailment into an all-out war among twisted wreckage. Alright, gang, one more reveal this week. Did some pre-interviews today with my friend and director of this IP. This one's a passion project. And then he tweeted that John Murdy was announcing something. So I just want to say that I see a bad moon rising. All I gotta say about this house is I am stoked. This house is my most anticipated house now. It was originally Afterlife in La Llorona, but after this was announced and all of the details, this is my most anticipated house. They are turning the 1981 classic American Werewolf in London into a house at Halloween Horror Nights 23. I'm stoked. And this is gonna be great because it's gonna have puppets instead of animatronics. It's gonna have puppets, and they're gonna do the transformation scene. Any fan of this film is gonna live this one. We got it all: Slaughtered Lamb, Piccadilly, which is the London streets, and the theater. The porno theater. They're gonna have the porno theater in the house. And an American Werewolf. Its many appearances in the maze are completely articulated puppets. These things are badass. They went to the original audio source materials. We had to have it sound the same. The howl, which you just heard. Designing the Fear, aka Charles, asked, I gotta include this because I was involved in this. He asked, after he replied, he said, "Are we going to hear Blue Moon?" Michael replied, "Hell yes." And then I asked, "Bad Moon Rising?" CCR. And then he said, "Of course." Home phone. They're gonna have a subway. Just. And then a good friend of mine, my friend named Alex, said, and I can't believe it. Honestly, I'm just kind of mad at him. He said, "Never seen American Werewolf in London. How good is it?" He's never seen American Werewolf in London. Here's me. Here's him, I mean. Here's Michaela. See it now. And then I offered to put it on, but he refused. And I told him to go on Netflix and watch it. The fake cage for the House of the Slaughtered Band, big as life. So that's it for reveal week. My thoughts on the house. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good house. It's gonna be a good house. It's gonna be fun. No comedy at all. No comedy for this house. Anyway, that's HHN 23. Dot 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 dot. He went dot 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 dot. Wink. Then he put all the houses and then 3 dots. And then he just announced today 7 houses, 1 terrifying street experience. Which means if they said our street experiences have been revealed, it would have been perfect. But he said 1. We're possibly getting more. Possibly getting more scare zones. But just wait until the 8th house. So that's it for HHN Reveal Week. But not for the recap video. I still gotta talk about Hollywood. Alright, so the first. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna talk about Hollywood. I'm just gonna say the scare zones in the house. So, scare zones that were announced for Hollywood. The Purge is gonna be replacing the opening ceremonies, and the go-go dancers will be themed to the Purge. They'll be themed to the Purge. Themed to the Purge. And then the next one is Scare Zone that sounds really cool because it's coinciding with a DVD release. Straight to DVD release in October. AKA Curse of Chucky is replacing toys. Purge is replacing clowns. And Universal Monster Remix is coming back with Figure doing the whole score for the house. All the music. It's gonna be great. So yeah. I think it's gonna be called Universal Monster Remix Resurrection. And that's it for the recap video. I wanna thank HorrorNightsUpdaters for great live streams. They were just really fun. I laughed. They were just hilarious and they were fun, and you know, there was one that I got off and I had no idea it went for another hours. It's because they were announcing the scare zone, so they decided to stay on. I would have stayed if I had known. I want to congratulate HHN Trogdor on 20 subscribers. That's a big feat for a newbie. So congratulations to him. Go subscribe to him. Subscribe to HorrorNightsUpdaters. Subscribe to Psycho Massacre Films, Dr. Emmett Brown 1, Mr. HHN, Deadly Fear 12383, The Red Steel TV, HorrorNightsUpdaters. Like them on Facebook. Like me on Facebook. Subscribe to me. So yeah, that's it. That's it for HHN Reveal Week. Or is it? So yeah, the rumored house is gonna be Resident Evil for the general public. It's gonna be a surprise house, but we've known it all along. So and I like Sir Owen Disney. Oh yeah, go subscribe to him too. Sir Owen Disney. He's doing HHN updates too, and he does a lot of cool other stuff. Relating to theme parks, wrestling, movies, reviews. They're popcasters, not podcasters. So what else? Well, I like his speculation that Umbrella Corporation is paying Legendary Truth to do all this. That was cool. I like that. I loved watching Dr. Jimmy's cryptic comments uncrypted, uncovered, or whatever. So yeah, I guess that's it. Remember to subscribe to all those channels I mentioned. HHN Trogdor, Psycho Massacre Films, Dr. Brown 1, H. Sir Owen Disney, Mr. Horror Nights, Red Steel TV, Deadly Fear 1283, and Horror Nights Updaters. Again, like me on Facebook, and subscribe. So I guess that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later when the next maze is revealed. It's possibly Resident Evil again, and maybe another Scare Zone. Theme Directing City, who knows? So, this is Admiral HHN signing off.